So far we've been focusing on individual styles, but cascading style sheets are actually a collection of styles. These collections control the appearance of content in a web page, allowing you to separate content from presentation. In this section of the tutorial, we turn our attention to managing groups of styles that constitute a cascading style sheet. Let's start by carefully defining the term cascading. This term in CSS refers to the way a browser ultimately displays styles for specific elements on a web page. I think of this concept of cascading as a hierarchy that must be established when multiple styles are applied to a section of a web page, each with different styling instructions. For example, what happens if a body tag is instructed to color its text blue, but a paragraph tag is instructed to color its text red? If you add a paragraph to your HTML page, it'll then be inside the body tag, thus receiving two instructions. Which instruction takes precedence over the other? To answer this question, we need to look at the concept of precedence. Precedence, or also referred to as hierarchy, is based on the order and the method your styles are applied to the HTML. This concept of precedence, which creates the cascade in the term CSS, is often misunderstood by my students, so let me define this more thoroughly and with using some concrete examples. Now, three different sources are responsible for the styles you see on a web page. The styles created by the author of the page, the user's customized style selections, if any, in the browser, and then the default styles of the browser itself. You may not have realized it, but browsers have their own default style sheets that dictate the rendering of web pages. In addition, users can also customize their browsers by making selections that adjust the display of web pages. The final appearance of a web page is the result of the rules of all three of these sources coming together or cascading to render the web page in an optimal way. The common paragraph tag, or P tag, illustrates this concept very well. By default, browsers come with style sheets that define the font and font size for a paragraph text. In Internet Explorer, for example, by default, all body text, including the paragraph text, displays in Times New Roman medium font. However, as we've seen, you can create a style that overrides the browser's default style for paragraph font and font size, as I've done here in a previous example. I've set the font color in that case to be red. The default color will be obviously black for the paragraph tag. When a user loads this page, the paragraph font and the settings set by you as the web designer override the default paragraph text settings of the browser. The style classes, IDs, and tags that you create also cascade through your documents. For example, notice that this document has varied colored text. This is the result of how the various styles I have defined in the style sheet interact or cascade on the page. There are a number of style definitions at work here, some conflicting with each other. So let's move on to the next movie and look at why this particular page is styled the way that it is.